All right, what's good, y'all? It's your boy. Um, y'all see the title, 2020. This is just a little freestyle. Just want to throw some out here. Last day of the year, and yes, I know that January 1st technically isn't the beginning of the year, but either way, it's 12. It's 12 months around the sun. Whatever date you want to start it at. If you want to start it in March, January, whatever. I know 2020 ain't really the year because the Earth's been around for more than 2020 years. I know all of that. Now, anyway, as far as what westernized calendars say, last day of the year, 2021 coming up, happy new year. Everybody, have a safe night if you're going to be, out or whatever like that. I know we're still technically in a quarantine, but whichever way, just be safe. But hopefully everybody took this year as something to learn from, and is taking this time to reflect on this year, the good and the bad. Obviously, we know with Breonna Taylor and George Floyd and countless other unarmed black people that were once again murdered by these crooked police and this crooked system. We know what's been going on with COVID and all these other things that's been going on, not just obviously in the United States, but worldwide. And there's been a lot of good too. There's been a lot of entertaining things that's come out of this, like the versus battles with the different musicians. I think that's been pretty cool. A lot of people have been investing more this year, including myself. Actually really just started really getting into investing this year. I recommend, if you want to try out some of these apps, like Webull, or the main one that I use, which is Robinhood, things like that. I know these apps aren't perfect, but those are the ones that I use currently, is Webull and uh, Robinhood, everything like that. So, just look at the positives. I know a lot of people that have been either growing their business more this year or have started a business. I not me, but I've been writing more. I got a website coming. Honestly, I probably should have had that done a long time ago. I kind of stopped just because it's a lot, and I've also been just working a lot. But coming 2021, I got a website coming to support black businesses, different things like that. So you gotta take the good with the bad, whether it's relationships. I know that's been a hot topic this year, especially over these past 6 months, within the dating, marriage world, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, whatever bad relationships that you may have had this year, just take those moments as learning lessons instead of dwelling on that person or those individual people. Because at the end of the day, I forget whose video it was I was watching, but um they were talking about how, when we go through heartaches and breakups and different things like that, and this doesn't just pertain to this year, just in general, we tend to look at that person like, oh, they were so great and all these things. When if you're somebody who misses them, obviously, if that person was just complete trash the entire time, it's obviously a relief right off the bat. But for those who maybe went through, heartache or had their heart broken, male or female, things like that, we tend to only want to look at the good aspects of that person, not realizing that that was never truly them. Like, that was never 100% of who they were. That's just what we saw. That's what we wanted out of them, or we only wanted to focus on those positive aspects instead of looking at them as a whole person. You know what I'm saying? So don't beat yourself up. You are good enough for the right person, but first and foremost, you got to be good enough for you. And that does not mean to not continue to improve. There's a difference between looking at your flaws that you can work on and working on those things versus beating yourself up and never doing what you can to try to fix or improve upon those things. So once again, this year, 2020, in my opinion, for me anyway, was a big self-reflection year, improvement year, working on my mental health, meditating, getting back into working out and just being more conscious about certain things and exercising more, things of that nature. I've been building great business and romantic relationships with people, whether it's online or in the real or what have you, different things like that. So this has been a very a very interesting year. Excuse me, I've stuttered. It's been a very interesting year. It's been something to really look back and learn from, and things of this nature, the good, the bad, the in between, all that type of stuff. So I just wanted to do a last day of the year video that I just kind of freestyled this just about 2020. RIP to everybody who's lost their lives. Kobe, his family, everybody on that helicopter. Like I said, everybody that's been unjustly murdered through police brutality and anything else, so on and so forth. Folks that have lost their jobs and their livelihood due to this pandemic and all this type of stuff. Now, for those of us that have been fortunate to work more or to start their own businesses and things like that, please support those who have lost their jobs in any way you can, even if it's not financially. Just we gotta support one another and things like that. As far as this whole relationship thing that's been going on online, and obviously in the real world amongst black people and people in general, we got to get off of this whole thing of not trusting one another. We need to understand what people mean when they talk about submission, or when they talk about providing and protecting, and what this actually means. This shouldn't just be about money. This shouldn't just be about looks. But that being said, let's not pretend that these things are not important, but that should not be the end all be all. Women, y'all got to get back to trusting men. I'm talking about good men who are righteous, who are the type of men that you say you want. When that man does come along, don't push him away based on your past or based on somebody else's situation or whatever it is. When a man says that he wants a woman that, can cooperate and can follow him and can submit to him, that a good man is not talking about forcing a woman to do anything or being a control freak. Now, I don't think that there's an issue with a man who wants to have control over the relationship as far as him being the leader. There's a difference between him having the main control over the relationship versus him forcing that woman to do or be whatever he wants. Fellas, if you have to force your woman to submit, then she's not submitting to you. She should naturally want to submit to you. If she's not capable of doing that, then why are you with her? Now, if she does want to submit and you're not giving her a true, healthy reason to submit, you either need to, once again, ask yourself, why are you with her? But on top of that, fellas, brothers, y'all need to look at yourselves too, because some of us as men, we want a woman who can submit to us, who can cooperate to us, and then when we meet that woman who is naturally feminine and is not giving us pushback, a lot of us don't realize that we don't have leadership skills. That woman's waiting for us to take the lead, but we're not doing nothing. So this goes both ways. Right? When you are a man who is masculine, who is a leader, who is not toxic, is not trying to force that woman to be or to do anything, but that woman doesn't know how to submit, how to follow, how to cooperate, it doesn't matter how great of a man you are. If you are the type of woman who does want to submit to a good man and want to follow and cooperate, but that man doesn't know how to lead, then it doesn't matter how cooperative you are as a woman. So both things need to work together, and we gotta stop waiting for the other one to make the first move as far as the man being masculine or the woman being feminine. As a man, you should already be masculine before you get into the dating game, or before you jump back into it if you took a break. And same thing for women, you should already be feminine whether you're with somebody or not. You see what I'm saying? So these are just things to think about, things to reflect and learn from. Like I said, this has been a very interesting year. The good, the bad, the in between. Invest your money, save your money, appreciate your loved ones. Just because they're blood doesn't mean that they deserve your love. Just because they're not blood doesn't mean that you shouldn't trust them. Love yourself, trust yourself, find healthy ways to improve upon your self-love and your mental health, as well as your physical and all these things. And stop listening to the powers that be, because they have no power if we don't listen to them. Okay? And y'all know what I mean when I say the powers that be. I'm not talking about individuals. All right? But yeah, y'all have a good one. Happy New Year, 2021. We'll see what happens. But yeah, peace, y'all.